हो सकता है आज आपको ये वेबिनार देखने में कुछ चीजें लगे कि वो आप इजीली किसी पे भी अप्लाई कर सकते हो, बट आधी अधूरी नॉलेज के साथ में आप प्लीज ऐसा ना करें, क्योंकि अगर आपको कोई दिक्कत हुई तो वो हमारे आयुर्वेदा के लिए एक ड्रॉबैक भी हो सकता है, क्योंकि अगर आपको रिजल्ट नहीं मिला तो आप हमारे आयुर्वेदा को डिफेम करेंगे, जो कि तो मैं एक रिक्वेस्ट ये जरूर करूंगी कि आप लोग हमारे आयुर्वेदा का पूरा लाभ उठाएं, लेकिन एक अच्छे कंसल्टेंट के एक्सपीरियंस डॉक्टर के अंडर में ही इसको करने की कोशिश करें। और बाकी मैं आज कामनी धीमन मैम को इनवाइट करना चाहूंगी अपने पेज पर कि मैम प्लीज आई इनवाइट यू ऑन द पार्ट ऑफ हिस्ट्री केयर टीम, और आपका मैम स्वागत करते हैं। प्लीज आज आप अपना एक्सपीरियंस हम सबके साथ शेयर करें। आपने आज जो हम लोगों को यहाँ पर टाइम दिया है, हम वो सारी थेरेपीज के बारे में मैम जानने के लिए बहुत उत्सुक हैं, क्योंकि आज बहुत सारा इंटरेस्ट के साथ में सब लोग हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं। तो मैम शैल वी स्टार्ट नाउ? प्लीज वेलकम मैम। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, Mayuri. Thank you, Dr. Pragya, for your nice efforts and to invite me to share my experiences or your interest on the subject. Local therapies in gynecology. You are doing very good work for the sake of Ayurveda, for the interest of students, for the interest of practitioners. Really appreciable work you are doing. And points to be discussed in this lecture, why we are discussing this topic, local therapies. As we all know that we are having patients of common gynecological problems like white discharge, foul-smelling discharge, itching vulva, and some not common problems like menstrual irregularities, infertility. These patients are coming to us. We are doing treatment in two ways: Abhyantar Chikitsa and Sthanik Chikitsa. By Abhyantar Chikitsa, we do Dosha-Dushya Samurchana breakage of Dosha-Dushya Samurchana by Abhyantar Chikitsa. But sometimes, in some cases, we have found that Thanik Dosha-Dushya is more, and Dosha-Dushya Samurchana is not able to break. In those conditions, along with oral therapies, some local therapies are required, and for that, local therapies are beneficial to patients, so that we do many different varieties of local therapies, and this local therapies shows amazing result in the management of gynecological problems. And Ayurvedic science or Ayurvedic classics has described all the gynecological problems under the umbrella of Yoni Vyapat, Yoni Roga. In those Yoni Rogas, Sthanik Chikitsa plays a vital role in the management of these problems. And these therapies show synergistic effect with oral therapy. Although mode of treatment is local treatment, but effect sometimes or lot many times systemic, and it is capable of preventing the complications of the disease consequently. So we will discuss why we are doing these therapies, what are the indications, contraindication, when to do, when not to do, what is the procedure to be followed, and what are the mode of actions. Among these Sthanik Chikitsa, Yoni Prakshalan or vaginal douching, Yoni Pichu is medicated tamponing, Yoni Dhupan is vaginal steaming, Agni Karma, Uttarvasti, intravaginal instillation. These are widely used and enormously being used in the management of Yoni Vyapat. It is mentioned that Vatartanam Chiyoni na Sekabhyanga Pichukriya. And some more not common Sthanik Chikitsas are Varti, Yoni Puran, Yoni Lupan, and Yoni Svedan. So, Yoni Pichu, what is Yoni Pichu? It is first and easy to apply therapy. Broad spectrum or broad aspects of results in this Yoni Pichu. And for the interest of students, I would like to define the Pichu. What does Pichu mean? Pichu is described as Bija Hina Karpasa. It means it is a cotton ball which is not having a seed and kept in a cotton. Protam vastram and tied with a cotton thread. Size it was mentioned. Size we have to decide depending upon the site where it is to be used. So size of pichu varies, but it is a medicated tamponing, a sterile cotton, wrapped with gauze paste, tied with the long thread, dipped in the medicated oil or ghee, and it is placed in the posterior fornix of the vagina. It means the medicine soaked swab. It is retained for a specified period of time so that it will have action locally. Mostly oil are preferable due to its retention ability. Two types of pichu we use, circular and elongated. Size of circular pichu is 1 inch length and breadth. You can see in the picture, this is circular pichu. And elongated, 1 finger breadth and 4 finger long are elongated. And time of retention is 5 to 6 hours or up to the retention of the urine. यानी patient को urine नहीं pass होने का अर्ज होती है, तब तक we have to keep the pichu. And action or effect of this pichu we are having multidimensional. If we want snehan, if we want svedana, if we want to do shaman or shodhan or bhedan purpose also, we use pichu in patients. I have prepared some small videos. You can see in this video that these types of pichus are available and this is the procedure. In the posterior fornix, we use the pichu and it is in the place. It means that it should be kept in the posterior fornix. And this pichu is having antibacterial activity and wound healing activity. So, but first of all, you have to see that pichu should be autoclaved. Without autoclaving, pichu should not be used. I have shown this autoclaving machine. You can see that pichu is being autoclaved. Patient should void urine before the insertion. Okay, patient should be in supine position with flexed knee. This is supine position with flexed knee. And sterile pichu shown in media like Siddha Tel should be inserted with index finger as you have already seen in previous video, and thread should be kept outside so that when you want to remove the pichu with that thread you can remove. Sometimes in this position also, in lithotomy position also, we keep pichu, and this position is also preferable. And these are the indications of pichu. In Sanipata Jyonivapad with Kashaya of the Sangri, Srimada. In Vata Jyonivapad, Guduchiyadi Tel Pichu, which is having contents of Guduchi, Bala, Rasna, Malati, Madhuka, Chitraka, Nidigdhika and Devdaru. These all are having Vata Shamana property. So Rukshata, Kharata, Shaithilya will be decreased, which are seen in the Vata Jyonivapad, and Mardavata, softness, will be achieved by the tampon of this Guduchiyadi Taila Pichu. In Pichu of Suramanda, in the laxity of vagina. Suramanda, probiotic bacteria are mainly found in the fermented foods, as we all know, and dairy products, which play a predominant role. Same as Suramand are likely to be enriched with these probiotic bacteria that help to strengthen to health and maintain the flora of useful bacteria in the body. In Vamini Yonivapad, we have done research also. Shallaki, Jingani, Java Jambutvak and Panchavalkal Kwatha Pichu can be inserted in the Vamini and Upapluta Yonivapad. And in Upapluta Yonivapad, Tagarakusta, Vartakini, Sendhava and Amardaru Yonipichu also can be used. In Vipluta Yonivapad, Dhatakyadi Tel, in Yoni Pak, it means Chandana is Pitta Shamak. So when you want Pitta Shamana, in that condition you can use Pichu of Chandana or oil, oil prepared with Ushira. Or in Yoni Paichilya, you can keep Pichu with Udumbaratel. And Prasramsini means patient is having repeated discharge, repeated abortion, repeated injury. In that case, Phalagrita Pichu can be used. And Changiri Tel Pichu can be used in the laxity of the vagina. So, in 8th month of pregnancy and in 9th month of pregnancy, it is mentioned that Madhur Aushadhi Siddha Taila Pichu and Matravasti should be given. It will facilitate the Garbhashya Sthapana and Unimarg Snehana. It may soften the vaginal canal and help in the easier delivery. And in retained placenta, this I have kept the photograph of retained placenta. In the case of retained placenta, it is mentioned that Pichu soaked in the oil made up of Shatapushpa, Kushtha, Madanfal and Hingu should be kept in the vagina. And in unibharancha prasuta, after delivery, if a patient is having laxity of the vagina or prolapse of the uterus, in that case, pichu of oil prepared by Ashoka, Rohini, Priyangu, Ushira and Devdaru. This pichu can be used. And in the pregnancy, when we are giving this pichu, it will help in cervical irritation and excites the body of the uterus so that easy delivery will happen. So in nutshell, Yoni Pichu helps in the snehana of the yoni. It diminishes the chances of infection in the genital tract as well as Yoni Vishodhana. Helps in the Vranaropana. It helps in the to remove the infection of the yoni. Here I have collected many photographs of the reproductive system, that why Yoni Pichu is being is giving many results. It is doing Shodhan also, it is doing Shaman also, it is doing Bhedana. How it will help? So the medicines or medicated oil are used for the Yoni Pichu. What happened? There will be absorption of the drugs after intravaginal administration. And this absorption depends upon the formulation factors, how you have formulated the Taila or Grita, how is the vaginal physiology, what is the age of the patient, and what is the duration or period of the menstrual cycle. In this picture, we are seeing that vagina is like a tube, but really it is not a tube. It is not simply a straight tube. Often we draw this is the anterior view of the vagina. In this anterior drawing, the female reproductive system is looking like a tube, but it is not like a tube. If we see lateral view, lower portion of the vagina is tilted at the 45-degree angle. And this 45-degree angle is giving wide upper portion, and that is almost horizontal when a woman is standing. And in that portion, if you keep the pichu, it will be holding in that area. So from the cross-sectional view, vagina is collapsed with the anterior and posterior walls in the contact with each other, and it forms the H shape. You can see the H shape of the vagina in cross-sectional view. So the vaginal root, if we keep the pichu, it will be absorbed in this mucosa layer, muscular layer, and in this layer it will be absorbed. In this way also it will be absorbed. This I have kept many pictures that how the medicine is going to the systemic circulation through crossing all the layers of the vagina. This is also the absorption, and then it is being entering into the systemic circulation. In this way, it enters the peripheral circulation through the venous plexus and empties into the internal iliac veins and the hemorrhoidal veins, and thus it is avoiding the liver. It means that when we introduce medications through PICU or through the intravaginal route, it bypasses the liver, right? There is no need to absorption of the drug. So bypassing the liver, bypassing the GIT system will help the enhanced effect of the medicine, what we are seeing or what we expect from that medicines. So second one is uniprakshalan. Uniprakshalan means vaginal douching. It is a method of...
Sorry to interrupt in between. कामनी मैम, आपका वॉइस थोड़ा सा कम हो गया है, प्लीज थोड़ा सा माइक अपने पास कर लीजिए.
वॉइस कम हो गया है
जी मैम.
Now it's okay.
Participants,
yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. Yes
is the
ma'am.
voice audible to you? Please message. As at my part, your voice is very low, ma'am.
Should I continue?
Please continue. As a participant, we have got the voice clear. You can please continue. And I would like to request to the participants, please kindly mute your mics as the background voices are disturbing. Please kindly mute your mics. Thank you so much, ma'am. Please continue, ma'am. Sorry for the interruption.
Okay, no problem. Uniprakshalan is vaginal douching. What we do is cleansing the vaginal area with medicated oil or medicated kashai. Yoni is a female genitalia and prakshalan defines washing or bathing or cleaning or purification. All the meanings are there of prakshalan. So in this procedure, vagina, vaginal passage or mouth of the uterus is washed with medicated decoction or other liquid. So Kvatha we can use, Kshirapaka we can use, Siddha Jal we can use, or medicated oil also we can use. And duration is 8 days, not more than 8 days prakshalana should be done. And time is after Ritukal, or it means that after the stoppage of periods only we have to do Yoni prakshalana. Duration is 1 to 1.5 minutes. And quantity is 1 liter of decoction, that is, or 250 ml of the oil. So, uniprakshalan also absorbs the medications. 4 tools are important when you are doing uniprakshalan. Nozzle should be inserted only 2 inch. This is the uniprakshalan instruments. I have gathered the photographs of the instruments. This is the nozzle. Nozzle should be inserted only of 2 inch. And this container should be kept upon 2 feet above the patient's buttocks. And medicine should not be exceed than 2 liters. And procedure should not be exceeded more than 2 minutes. It means that 4 2 are important when you are doing uniprakshalan. And proper aseptic measure should be. This is the nozzle. It should be sterilized. Unsterile nozzle should not be used. And patient again should be given lithotomy position. And enema port filled. It is written 5 feet, but generally we use 2 feet above, not less than 2 feet. It should be kept. If you keep less than 2 feet, it will not give you the benefit. And the medicine or kashaya should be of the lukewarm temperature, not very hot, not very cold. So these drugs can be used: Tuvaraka, Palasha, Datki, Jambu, Nimba, Triphala. Most of the drugs are wound healing, having wound healing capacity, or bactericidal actions or pain alleviating actions, and they prevent growth of the bacterial organisms and restore the altered pH of the vaginal cavity. Why discharge is there? When pH of the vagina is altered, bacteria enters and there will be infection, bacterial, fungal. Patient will have by discharge itching vulva. So this medicines prevent growth of these bacterial organisms and restore the altered pH of the vagina. And oil or decoction once you should be discarded. When you use the medicine for uniprakshala, it should be strictly instructed to your assistants or whatever the person is doing. It should be discarded once used. It should not be used repeatedly. Panchvalkal Kashaya. Panchvalkal Kashaya is drug of choice when you do uniprakshala. It is Kavshamak, Stambhak quality, Kashaya Ras and Shodhar. In many cases, in pre-operative procedure, we also use Panchvalkal Kashaya for uniprakshala. And when we are doing any manipulation inside the uterus, we have to do uniprakshala. And for that purpose, we use Panchvalkal Kashaya. It is antiseptic also, astringent also, and Vranaropan capacity is also. So it gives significant improvement in bile discharge, itching, and backache if patient is suffering from. Second one is Kuduchiyadi Kashaya. And this Kuduchiyadi Kashaya is also helpful in the treatment of the Yonisrava. It acts upon Vata. Panchvalkal Kashaya predominantly act upon the Kapha. Kuduchiyadi Kashaya act upon the Vata dosha. So when you see the patient is having Vata predominant infection or Vata predominant discharge, in that case use Guduchiyadi Kashaya containing Guduchi, Triphala and Dante. And some ऐसा नहीं है कि पेशेंट को इचिंग हो रही तो कफ से ही होगी या बात से ही होगी, जो भी दोष प्रीडोमिनेंट है उसकी वजह से उसको इचिंग होगी. Itching, if you see the symptoms of Vata predominance in the patient and itching is there, in that case, you use Guduchiyadi Kashaya for that patient. And Aragvadadi group of drug or decoction of Tuvrak is helpful in the Pitta predominance. Yoni Dorgandhya, Yoni Puyasrava, foul smelling vagina sometimes may be due to Pitta dosha also, not only due to Kapha, due to Pitta also we will have the patients having Puya Yukta discharge, Puya Srava, Durgandhi Srava and excessive moistness sometimes may be due to Pitta. In that case, Aragvadadi group of drug decoction or Tuvaraka Kashaya can be used. Other than those, lot many decoctions or kashaya are mentioned in Bhataj Arthodushti when discharge is also there, but Arthodushti is also there. In that case, we use Saral and Mudga Parni Kashaya for Prakshala. If Arthodushti is of Pittaj, then we use Gairika and Nimba Kashaya. If Kaphaj is there, Arthodushti, then Lodra and Trikatu will be added to that kashaya. And decoction of Triphala in Asta Arthodushti and Yonisrava, decoction of Triphala is drug of choice. And next therapy is Univarti. So Vartis are suppositories. We take some powders and make this suppositories to introduce inside the vagina. It should be kept for 2 to 3 hours only, or as rule is there, when patient feel urge of urination, then we have to remove anything placed inside the vagina. So in Karnini Univapat, Karnini Acharna means patient is having itching vulva. Yonishoth, Kleda, Paichilya, Kafaj. Discharge is there. In these cases also we use Varti. And sometimes in the cases of Anartava also, Yoni Varti is mentioned. So why Yoni Varti is mentioned in our classics? Because lot many supervision is not required. If you keep Varti, remove it and patient will go home, no problem. Sometimes you can give Varti to patient also, but strict instruction should be given to the patient that what is the procedure to be followed for the insertion of the Varti. So procedure is affected part should be clean with proper disinfectant. In infected area, if outer side there is infection, should not insert the Varti, otherwise you will enter the infection inside the vagina and there will be sending infection inside the uterus. So first of all, affected part should be clean with proper disinfectant. And then instruction should be given that don't hold the urine. Sometimes patient do that, like that कि अभी तो मैडम ने दवाई लगाई, अभी पेशाब लगा, कैसे बता दूं उनको कि मुझे पेशाब लगा है. Not patient should not do like that. Patient should be instructed that immediately inform that you are having urge of urine, and then we have to remove the Varti. And once used Varti should not be reinserted. पेशेंट को यूरिन लगा है, वर्ती निकाल दी, फिर यूरिन पास किया, फिर वही वर्ती इंसर्ट नहीं करना है. We have to discard that varti and then we have to use another varti. So these are some vartis mentioned in our classics, that different disorders, which type of vartis we can prepare. In Kapha Yoni, as you all know that Yava is Kapashama. Yava Varti prepared with Yava is used for Kapha Yoni Mapata, Pipali, Maricha, Shatava, Kushta, and rock salt. Varti prepared with these drugs is mentioned for Kapha Yoni Mapata, Kushta, Pipali, Arka, rock salt, and Gomutra. Varti is mentioned in Karnini Yoni Mapat, Kashi Strifala, Spatika Samanga, Lajjalu, Dhataki Pushpa. Varti is mentioned for the use of Yoni Paichilya. Ikshvaku Danti Madanfal, Yavashuka, Snuhi Kshira. I mentioned that in sometimes in the cases of Anartava also Varti is mentioned in the classics. It is mentioned Varti should be prepared from Ikshvaku, Danti, Madanfal, Kinva, Yavashuka, and Snuhi Kshara. These are having Bhedan properties, these drugs. And by Bhedan property, these drugs will initiate menstruation. So another Varti is Darvyadi Yoni Varti. This is Anubhutyo that some of our students prepared this Darvyadi Yoni Varti. And this was inserted in the case of cervical erosion. And it contains Darvi, Lodra, Haridra, Spatika, Gairik, and Madhu. And these all the medicines are having Vranashodhana, Vranaropan, and Prasadana properties. So I have prepared the video of that procedure, how we have prepared the Varti. Have a look. First of all, prepare the Quath. One by one, we have to add the ingredients and then add gelatin and propyl paraben and make the mixture. And then at last, we have added honey. And these are the specific mold. In these molds, you can pour the mixture prepared, and by that, we can make the Varti. And this Varti can be inserted in the strict aseptic conditions. Another Varti is Trifaladi Varti. It is easy to make Trifala with Nimba and Tankan. In same manner, we can prepare the Varti, and this is active in the kapha vriddhi in the vagina. And in all the bacterial fungal infections of the vagina, this Varti can be kept. Nimbadi Yoni Varte. It is also experienced, or you can say Anubhute Prayog. One of our students prepared this, Grishma Solanki prepared this Nimbadi Yoni Varti, and it is having Yoni Shodhana property. Vrana Shodhana. Nimba, as you all know, the Nimba is having Vrana Shodhana property, and by that it can clear the infection of the vagina, and having astringent property, Kashaya Rasa, Tikta Rasa and Katu Rasa, it can reduce the vagina discharge and kill the causative microorganism, because it is having cremigna property. Nimba is having cremigna property, and it rejuvenates the epithelium of the vagina and improve the defense system of the vagina. This is the preparation procedure, that how Varti was prepared. Nimba Patra were collected. This is Triphala Churna and Kwatha prepared. And this is the evaporation of the Kwatha. This was the dried Kwatha, and after that Churna, scraping of Churna was done. And then gelatin powder was added, and gelatin melts. After that, glycerin was added. Then Nimbadi Ghan, and then honey. And at last, Sputika was added. Sputika was not added earlier because it is having binding property, and if we add Sputika at last, it will be having enhanced effect of that Sputika. And this is the Varti. You can keep in the refrigerator by making Varti in this molds, and then you can insert this Varti to the patients. But you can say adverse, or you can say that not properly benefit of this Varti, that it if you keep outside the refrigerator, it will melt. So we have to keep in the refrigerator. You have to store it in refrigerator, otherwise it will be melted outside. So it can be packed in the aluminum foil, and sorry, this was the weight was of 3 grams, and they were given to the patients or inserted in the patients of white discharge of the or itching vulva of the patients. And second one is Arkadi Varti. It can be prepared from Arkadugdha, Yavachurna, Saindava. Fine powdered dravya of Yava, Saindava, and pasted with Arkadugdha. Arkadi Varti also can be used in the discharge of the vagina. How these Vartis act? As I told you that Vartis will kill microorganisms and restrain this straw and rejuvenate the epithelium and improve the defense system of body. This is the combined effect of Yoni Varti and Yoni Prakshalan. I have collected those. I told you that Kanduhara, Daha, Prashaman properties give symptomatic relief in itching and burning immediately. After that, after absorption, it will have rasayan and antioxidant and rejuvenate vaginal epithelial cells, and by that it heal the vaginal epithelium. And this can be systemic effect by immunomodulator property and helps in the improving the defense system of the body after reaching to the circulation through srotas. When it is absorbed, it entered into the srotas, remove this srotorod and improve the immunomodulator property of the body. Now second, next procedure is Kshara Karma. Before discussing Kshara Karma and Agni Karma, previously I mentioned Yoni Prakshalan, Yoni Pichu, Yoni Varti. We used in these therapies in the discharge of vagina, itching vulva, foul smelling. When there is no erosion or mild infection is there, but if patient is having extensive erosion, then what to do? We have to go to next step. Although Yoni Pichu Prakshalan will help to cure the erosion, but if not given result, then you have to apply the Kshara. So before understanding the Kshara Karma and Agni Karma, I would like to just give idea or in short, what is the cervical erosion? Cervical erosion is the shifting of the squamocolumnar junction from the endocervix to ectocervix. Students are very well known by this cervical erosion, that how cervical erosion occurs. And why cervical erosion is very much prone to CIN changes, or we can say that if not treated, if it is overlooked, patient is not coming to you, patient is having cervical erosion, continuously discharge is there, what will happen in long run? Patient will enter into the CIN changes, or patient is prone to the cervical cancer. Why? Because columnar epithelium is having less power of resistance to the infection than the normal stratified squamous covering of the vaginal epithelium. So when squamocolumnar junction is shifted to the outside, columnar epithelium is there on the ectocervix. In that case, modern practice, what they are doing, they do thermal cauterization, they do cryosurgery, laser vaporization, but these may cause stenosis. Complications are there, stenosis can happen, atresia can happen. So in those cases, we are having better therapies, or we are having better treatment option, that we can do Kshara Karma. It is superior to this surgical or parasurgical measures which they are using, because Kshara Karma we are applying in narrowest place, where surgical procedures are not easy to perform, but we are applying Kshara in the narrowest place. It is having corrosive property. Kshara acts as corrosive and caustic agent and generates the healthy base for healing. Application of Kshara will remove the dead tissues and will make the healthy tissue over there. In Ashtang Sangra, Garbhashay Mukhagat Vran is described when there is description of the instrument Yoni Vranik Yantra. There Ashtang Sangra has mentioned that Garbhashay Griva Mukhagat Vran. If you want to see, you can use the Garbhashay Yoni Vranik Yantra. Then, considering the features of erosion, it can be stated that it is usually Nij or Agantuj Vran. Nij can be happen, it can be happen Agantuj. Kapha Pitta dosha is there, Tvacha and Mansa. These are the dosha in this Garbhashay Griva Mukhagat Vrana. So application of Kshara in the case of erosion is effective. Then cauterization. Cauterization is having complications. So Kshara, as you all know, that Kshara are of two types, Paniya Kshara and Pratiksharaniya Kshara. So depending upon the origin, also they are having Khanij Kshara, like Tankana Kshara is Khanij Kshara, Sarjik Kshara is Khanij Kshara, or Shankha, Kapardika. These are Kshanik Kshara. And Vriksha or plant origin Kshara are Apamarg Kshara, Yavak Kshara. So all we use in cervical erosion when we want to use Kshara Karma. We use Apamarga Kshara, we use Tankana also. So both we use, both origin of the Kshara we use in the treatment of the Garbhashay Grivagat Vrana. So Kshara Karma is indicated in warts also. It is indicated in erosion, but warts, polyp, Nibuthian follicle and non-healing cervical ulcer also are treated with the Kshara Karma applications. So when it should be used, duration is mentioned 6th to 12th day of menstruation. During this period only you can apply the Kshara. Very less quantity Kshara is applying. 2 gram Kshara we use, and after application of Kshara, Avachurnan or Pichu can be kept. Haridra Yastimadu Nimba Amlaki for Avachurnan or Jatyadita Lyuni Pichu can be given. But after application of Kshara, it should be washed with lemon juice. It is the indication. So these are the Kshara preparation. Also I have collected how Kshara can be prepared. I think students must be knowing that how Kshara is prepared. This is collection of the plant. It is dried, burnt, and ash is prepared. It is kept overnight, and Kshara Jal is prepared. After evaporation of the Kshara Jal, you will have Kshara in hand. And this Kshara can be applied upon that cervical erosion. And that erosion will be sloughed off after the application of Kshara. So this is the Apamarg Kshara preparation that is strongly alkaline in nature and brings about the destruction of superficial cells of eroded cervical area. As I told you that sloughing will happen, sloughing of unhealthy tissue will happen after the application of the Kshara. So these are the preparation of Apamarg Kshara. If you want to prepare, you can prepare it yourself and use in the patients. It is available outside, but sometimes if you are doing private practice, patients are, you can say that your feedback. So to have better feedback or better channel, you should, I think, prepare your own Kshara, and after that patient will be, you will give better result to your patients. This is Palasa Kshara. Palasa Kshara is also helpful in the cervical erosion. And next one is Agni Karma. So it is mentioned that Ksharad Agni Garya. It means the Kshara Karma is not giving result. Then do Agni Karma. Or Deshaja Shankha Kshare Asadhyana. If you have given oral medication, if you have kept Kshara Karma, you are not getting result. You are seeing that patient is not getting result, we name it Asadhya. So if Asadhya is there, Agni Karma make Asadhya Vyadi Sadhya. Asadhya Nam Tat Sadhyatvat. It is mentioned by Sushrut Sutrasthan. असाध्य व्याधि को साध्य करता है अग्नि कर्म. इट इज मिनिमली इन्वेजिंग. असाध्य को साध्य करता है बट मिनिमल इन्वेजन इज देयर. सो precaution is there. Proper precaution should be followed during Agni Karma, but it gives better result when you do Agni Karma in the patients of cervical erosion. So Agni Karma Shalaka is prepared by medicines, or some people are preparing it from metal, silver or gold. This both metal are being used to make Agni Karma Shalaka, and you better know that cautery is metal. Cauterization is a metal Agni Karma. So it can also be used, but in our classics it is mentioned that cauterization can be done with the stick prepared from the medicines. So lot many thermal cauterization or medicated cauterization are mentioned, and for that self-prepared Karanja, Nimba, Haridra and Gugulu. Gugulu is binding agent, but Karanja, Nimba, Haridra, Varti is prepared, and by that Varti we do Agni Karma in the patients of erosion. So these plants can be used: Amlaki, Nimba, Yastimadhu, Karanja, Haridra. Gugulu is binding agent. Here's what I found. So this can be used. So this is the procedure. These are the instruments we use for the Agni Karma. Speculum to visualize the cervix, intravaginal body tractor, proper visualization of cervix. If you don't want to use seam speculum, if you are alone, you can do with this Cusco speculum. Cusco speculum should be used only when you are alone. If you are having assistant, then use this seam speculum and intravaginal body tractor. With the help of this, you will have better area for the application of this Shalaka, Agni Karma Shalaka. This is sponge holding forceps for cleaning, and this can be used for the Agni Karma. This is spirit lamp. If Varti is prepared, you burn it on this, make it red, and then use it for the Agni Karma. Dagdhavarti, it is Dagdhavarti, but instruction or precaution is that stroke should be from inner to outer side, and it should be in the clockwise manner. Right? Do clockwise manner from inner to outer side. And gap should be given in the Agni Karma. Once today is done, after 2 weeks or 15 days, you give second sitting, and third sitting after again 15 days. If it is not possible, then once in a month also you can do Agni Karma. And after 3 sitting, your patient will be all right. And after Agni Karma also, we use Jatyadi Tele Yoni Pichu. These are the photographs of Agni Karma I have done in the patients. With the use of this Cuscos, it is done. And these are the photographs of the patients, improved patients. You can see that this was the erosion, it is improved. This was the erosion, it is improved. This was the erosion, it is improved. Lot many cases are there, but this is a few photographs of the patients which I have kept here. And this is Yoni Dhupan. Second therapy is Yoni Dhupan. Yoni Dhupan is the therapeutic procedure where disinfection is done with the distance. In Prakshalan, Pichu, Agni Karma, Kshar Karma, we are applying the medicines in the vagina. But in Dhupan, there is somewhat distance from the vagina. It is done at the outer part. And previously, we were doing in Prathamavart, inside the yoni. This is outer part of the vagina. And this Dhupan is being done for 3 to 5 minutes only, not more than that. And according to purpose, it is divided in 2 types: as a treatment and to maintain the health. To maintain the health, it is being done in the postnatal periods after the delivery. And as a treatment in the itching vulva patients also, or foul smelling patients also, you can do Dhupan Karma with aromatic plants. This is known as vaginal steaming or fumigation of the vagina. Simple process is there, it is, but it is very much helpful. It is giving results in our patients. So classical Dhupan procedure, here I have kept this photograph. This is the chair. In this way, you can make a table in your clinic. This is the yantra, Dhupan yantra. It is the outer side. You can see this is the Dhupan yantra. But in each and every procedure, as I told you, that first of all, advise the patient to evacuate the bladder. In this procedure also, first of all, patient should be told to evacuate the bladder. Then do yoni prakshalan. Combination of two therapies always are in practice. Prior to Dhupan also we do prakshalan, prior to Uttarvasti also we do prakshalan. It means that first of all wash out the organisms and then do your therapy. It will be more beneficial. So here pot contain preheated coal is there till red hot is kept ready. Advised patient to evacuate the bladder. Advise her to sit on the chair and desired drug. It should be added over here after setting of the patient. So immediately there will be smoke and that smoke will enter into the vagina. Patient, it should be ensured that smoke should not come into the near contact to the female genitalia. Right? So this is done till 5 to 10 minutes only. So in some cases, some area, in this way, Nadi Yantra or Nadi Dhupan Yantra is also being in practice. But adverse effect of this, that if you use this Nadi inside the vagina, it means Dhupa is coming into the direct contact of the epithelium of the vagina. So it will irritate the vagina and patient may have complaint of burning. Patient may have a complaint of irritation over there. Like our eyes are having mucosa. If you will have direct fumigation in your eyesight near, then your mucosa will be irritated. If you will have fumigation somewhat distant, then it will be helpful or you will not feel irritation inside the eyes. Same way, our acharyas have mentioned Dhupan to be done on the chair. It means this much distance from the Dhupan and vagina should be there. So this type of yantra are in practice. People are using container is connected to the pipe, but this type of complications I have seen that patients are having irritation, inflammation and burning in the vagina. So classical, we can say the classical instrument is very much beneficial, and these are the medications used for the Dhupan, Haridra, Brihati. If patient is having Kandu, if patient is having discharge, Sarala, Yava, Gugalu and Grit. This can be used for Dhupan, and Krishna Sarpa Nirmok and Katu Labu are mentioned in our classic for Garbhasanga during labor. In Aparasanga, it is mentioned Bhojapatra, Kakamachi, Katu Labu and Sarshapa. In Sutika Paricharya, as I told you, that for preventive aspect, if to keep vagina healthy, if you are doing fumigation, it is being done with Kushtha, Gugulu and Agaru mixed with the Grita. So this is again I told you that closed Dhupan yantra are available also. If people are using this type of closed Dhupan yantra, and this tube is being inserted into the vagina, and by that Dhupana is being done. But sometimes patient is having inflammation, irritation and burning. So better to use classical Dhupan yantra. And lot many medications are plants are mentioned in our classics. You decide as per your patient, as per the prakriti of the patient, as per the infection of the patient. Selection of the drug is a wise decision of the Vaidya, you can say, of the doctor, you can say, or the physician, you can say. So lot many medicines are mentioned: Nimba, Gugulu, Haridra, Vacha, Hingu, Sarshapa. You use according to the condition of the patient and prakriti of the patient. So next one is Uttarvasti, intravaginal installation. Very important therapy, or you can say unique therapy mentioned in our classics. That in this previously mentioned karma were only limited up to the vagina. But in this procedure, we are doing installation inside the uterus, through the vagina, through the cervix. So nowadays very much scope is there of this Uttarvasti, and we are treating lot many problems with the help of the Uttarvasti. It is similar to the HSG. You're advising patient to go for HSG, and they are doing HSG, installation of dye inside the uterus through cervix, through the vagina. So same as Uttarvasti is being done. And time of Uttarvasti mentioned in our class 6 is during Ritukala period. It means after stoppage of period, Uttarvasti should be done. So why it is known as Uttarvasti? Because it is done in the Uttar, Shrestha Marg, Shrestha Marga, Shrestha period or Shrestha result. 3 Uttaras related with the Uttarvasti. So Uttarvasti should be done only in the operation theatre. First is important rule that you cannot do Uttarvasti at OPD level. If you are not having majority, you make the minority. Fumigate it, strict aseptic condition should be followed. After that only you can do the Uttarvasti in the patients. And for Uttarvasti, Purva Karma, Snehan Svedan, Abhyang, Yoni Prakshalan are important. These are the instruments. Sim speculum, intravaginal retractor. This is sponge holding forceps. Ellis forceps, uterine sound, dilator, and this is specific Uttarvasti cannula. This is the syringe and tampon. These are the required instruments for the Uttarvasti. This is the specific cannula. This is HSG cannula that also can be used. So I have prepared some very small animated video for the Uttarvasti, as this is being telecast just as Mayuri told me that we are using Facebook Live. So on multimedia, we can not show the picture of the patients. So I have prepared just animated video of the Uttarvasti to help you or to show you. You can have a look. First of all, assess the uterus. Where is the uterus, anterior or posterior? What is the position of the uterus? What is the size of the uterus? According to that, we have to insert the instrument or our cannula. And then we insert the medicine to the uterus and then remove the cannula. And then with the cross leg, patient should cross leg and with head low position should be given to the patient. See, insertion of the medicine is going inside, and then removal of the syringe. After that, head low position is very much important, that your medicine will go towards the uterine cavity, fundus, and then fallopian tube. And hot fomentation upon the lower abdomen is important. So many times patient feel pain as we are introducing the medicine inside the uterus. So your patient will feel pain. So we have to use hot fomentation upon the lower abdomen. So precaution, these 3 things should be advised to patient. If patient is having constipation, your medicine or Uttarvasti is not going to give you the result. If patient is using spicy food, your treatment is not going to give you result. And during the duration of Uttarvasti, patient should not do the coitus. It should be strictly prohibited to the patient. Instruct your patient that not to do coitus during those periods. These are the indications. I think in almost all the problems, I use generally Uttarvasti, whether patient is having amenorrhea, whether it having menorrhagia, whether dysmenorrhea, whether any problem like habitual abortion or infertility. In all the cases, Uttarvasti is helpful. Selection of the drug is very much important in the cases of gynecological disorders, whatever the procedure you are doing. And Uttarvasti will give you definitely results in your patients as per your selection of the drug. I told you that in almost all the problems, Uttarabasti is mentioned. Either it is menstrual disorder, either it is for conception or pelvic pain, asrigdar, urinary disorders. Everywhere Uttarabasti is mentioned in our classics. But contraindications are there. In the cases of cervical cancer, never do Uttarabasti. Otherwise, condition will be flared up. In unmarried patients, Uttarabasti should not be done. If patient is having vesicovaginal fistula is there, never do Uttarabasti. And hypersensitivity disorder is there, you cannot do the Uttarabasti in those patients. So these are the medications mentioned for the patients. In which condition, which medicine or which oil will be beneficial for the Uttarabasti. In Vata Jyoni Vapat, Guduchyaadital is best, as I told you. That if you use Guduchi Triphala Danti Siddha Guduchyaadital, it will give you best results. And according to Doshik predominance, as I always tell you, that according to Doshik predominance, use the Uttarabasti. And Udavarta Yonimyapad, I have done research upon this. Udavarta Yonimyapad, Trivritta Siddha Sneha Uttarabasti we used, and it gave better result, best result in the Udavarta Yonimyapad. And Dashmal Trivritta is mentioned. We use Dashmal Trivritta also. And in Shushka, Acharna, Aticharna, and Karnini, Jeevani group of drug is very much helpful. And in Rakta Yoni, when there is Pitta involvement, you go for Grita preparation. If you think that this patient is having Pitta predominance, you adopt the medicated Grita instead of medicated oil. And Yoni Shul also, Balatel is mentioned for to give Uttarabasti in blockage of the fallopian tube. Kumari tel, Apamakshar tel, Kasisadi tel, simple tila tel are also beneficial if you do Uttarabasti. I have seen lot many patients, those are having blockage of the fallopian tube and tubes are open, and after that patient conceived after the Uttarabasti. So it is very much helpful, and total cost is very much less. If patient are coming to us that they have gone for IUI, IVF procedure, and then they are not getting result. After coming to us, if we do Panchkarma Shodhan and then Uttarabasti, and after that patient conceived. So total cost of treatment was very much less. So it is very much helpful or good therapy that you can adopt in your hospital care, but in operation theatre only. And no need of hospital stay in these cases. Sometimes we admit the patients, because if patient will go home and do heavy work, then it will not going to give you results. So sometimes we admit the patient for the Uttarabasti. So these are the benefits of Uttarabasti. I have mentioned that Uttarabasti karma is very much helpful in each and every case. I have seen, and no adverse effect I have seen, that if you give Uttarabasti, it is not going to give any major complication to your patient if you are doing properly Uttarabasti. And anesthesia is not required, no analgesic is required. Sometimes some people are giving atropine injection or painkiller injections to the patients of Uttarabasti, but I have never used atropine or any painkiller injection to my patients. And another Yoni Lepan is very small therapy. It is mentioned in our classics that Yoni Lepan or vaginal painting is a small therapy that you also can apply to the patients. And 3 types of lep are mentioned: thin, very thick, or medium. 3 types of lep, and duration is 3 to 4 hours up to the drying of the lep. Vivruta and Yoni Arsha in vaginal polyp lep is mentioned. And for that, first of all, clean the part and prepare lep apply the lap and then remove the lap from that area after the drying of that lap. Or if it is not dried, after 3 hours you have to remove that lap. And another small therapy is avachunan, or dusting of the medicines upon the area of the vagina. Or sometimes there is strawberry like patches in the vagina, or sometimes there is excoriation inside the vagina. In that case, we use this avachuna, haridra, chandan, and yastimadu. These all are having healing properties, or by healing they will heal the vaginal epithelium and give the result to the patients. But after avachunan, always do yoni prakshalan. Otherwise, sometimes what happen that your churna is there and patient is not doing yoni prakshalan. You have not done. Churna is there. Kaustaushadhi is mentioned. Yastimadu is Kaustaushadhi, Haridra, and Chandana. And there sometimes what happen that there will be fungus growth on that particles of that Kaustaushadhi. So patient will come to you with fungal infection and having foul smelling discharge. So after avachunan, always do yoni prakshalan. So this was the very short description of my effort to explain or discuss with you which are the local therapies used in the gynecology. But success of these procedures totally depends upon how well these procedures are being adopted by Vaidyas on the patients. Like selection of the procedure. Patient is coming to me, but which procedure I am going to adopt, it is dependent upon me. What drug I have to select. Pre-operative procedure is properly maintained. You have prepared the tampon, but it is not steriled, then it will going to harm your patient. So pre-operative preparation should be proper. Duration. How much duration is mentioned? It should be followed. Otherwise, it is going to harm the patient. And post-operative, after therapy, like I told you that after avachuna prakshalan is must. So pre-operative, post-operative, and main therapies there. It is everything up to you, what you are going to adopt and how you are going to do. Success is in your hand. Now, you can ask me the questions, whatever you want.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was such a wonderful session. I think, sorry from our side, some technical issues were there. So FB Live might got disturbed. But I think the Zoom members, they were continuously in the session. Very informative and very knowledgeable session, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us your valuable time. Ma'am, certain queries are there. I'll just ask. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, first.
You ask me.
Sorry, ma'am.
You can ask me.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one question from two doctors. The same question, that is the application of char painful? You already told that Apamarg char is an alkali. So I think, ma'am, please, you can better explain on this. They had asked that on eroded area, can it cause pain or inflammation? The application of char.
If, as I told you, that it is up to you how you are going to do the procedure. As I told you that only 2 grams of Kshara is needed for the application. If you apply 4 to 5 grams, then it will damage the surrounding epithelium of the vagina. So just take the 2 grams on the glass rod. We use glass rod to application for the application. Take 2 grams upon glass rod and then put upon only the eroded area. There is no problem.
Yes. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, one question, that can we get yoni vartis, ready-made yoni vartis of any company or any pharma, or ready-made char?
Any company is preparing ready-made varti. That's why I have explained very well that you prepare at your own, varti prepare at your own, Kshara preparation should be done at your own, and Kwatha for prakshalan also you have to prepare at your own. Only oil and ghee are available.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one question that can tampons dipped in medicated oil and used as yoni pichu, or we should prepare yoni pichu on our own?
Pardon?
Ma'am, one doctor has asked that can tampons be dipped in medicated oil and can be used as yoni pichu, or we should prepare by our own yoni pichus?
Yeah, you can prepare yoni pichu. I told you that two types of pichu are available, circular and elongated. Circular we prepare and elongated are available in the market. But for better result, circular is better.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I have one question from my side. Like, whenever we are going to do Uttar Basti, so we need to disinfect in that area, especially the vaginal area. So, with what drugs we should use for yoni? Sorry, ma'am.
Panchvalkal Kashaya we use.
Panchvalkal.
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, one doctor has asked that should we give painkillers if post Uttar Basti patient complains of pain?
You can give. But generally, I told you that immediately after Uttar Basti, you give hot water bag to the patient. So by